Welcome everyone to the English Lessons for All debate. Today we are discussing the motion. Artificial intelligence will create more jobs than it destroys. On my left, we have the Affirmative Team, who will argue in favor of the motion. On my right, we have the Negative Team, who will argue against it. Our debate will begin with opening statements from each side, followed by rebuttals, cross-examinations, and finally, closing statements.
Thank you, Madam Moderator, and a warm welcome to our esteemed Negative Team. We stand before you today to unequivocally affirm the motion. Artificial intelligence will create more jobs than it destroys. Our team believes this is not merely an optimistic outlook, but a logical and historically consistent projection. Throughout history, every major technological revolution, from the steam engine and electricity to the internet, has initially disrupted existing job markets, leading to concerns about widespread unemployment. Yet, in every instance, these technologies have ultimately served as catalysts for unprecedented economic growth, fostering entirely new industries and creating a vast array of jobs that were unimaginable just decades prior. Artificial intelligence is not an exception to this pattern. It is the next frontier. We will demonstrate how AI will not only automate repetitive tasks, thereby freeing human potential for more complex, creative, and strategic endeavors, but also how it will directly generate millions of new roles in its development, deployment, maintenance, and the innovative industries it inspires. From AI trainers and ethicists to data scientists and human AI interface specialists, the jobs of tomorrow are being forged by AI today. We are on the cusp of a profound shift, and it is one that will undeniably lead to a net gain in employment, enriching our economies and empowering a more productive workforce.
Thank you, Madam Moderator, and a warm welcome to our esteemed Affirmative Team. We stand before you today to unequivocally oppose the motion. Artificial intelligence will create more jobs than it destroys. The Affirmative Team has presented an optimistic, yet ultimately flawed, comparison to past industrial revolutions. While it is true that technologies like the steam engine and electricity brought about new industries, AI represents a fundamentally different paradigm. Previous revolutions augmented human physical capacity or streamlined information. Artificial intelligence, however, is designed to mimic and surpass human cognitive abilities. This isn't merely automation, it is intellectual displacement on an unprecedented scale.
The Negative Team attempts to distinguish AI from past technological revolutions by asserting that it mimics and surpasses human cognitive abilities, thus leading to intellectual displacement rather than mere augmentation. However, this distinction, while acknowledging AI's profound capabilities, ultimately strengthens our argument for net job creation. For precisely these cognitive abilities require human oversight, ethical frameworks, and continuous development, all of which are new job categories. Who will design these intelligent systems, train their complex models, ensure their fairness, and adapt them to nuanced human contexts? These are not tasks for other machines, but for highly skilled human professionals. We are not talking about simple automation. We are talking about a powerful new tool that, like electricity, requires new engineers, technicians, and even new societal roles to harness its power responsibly and effectively. The intellectual displacement argument overlooks the new intellectual demands and opportunities that AI itself creates, shifting the demand for human intellect from repetitive cognitive tasks to higher-order critical thinking, creativity, and strategic decision-making in partnership with AI.
The Affirmative Team continues to present an overly optimistic and frankly narrow view of job creation. While they bravely attempt to pivot, suggesting that AI's cognitive abilities will necessitate new jobs in oversight, ethics, and development, this argument fundamentally ignores the crucial issue of scale and accessibility. Yes, we concede that a select few highly specialized roles, perhaps AI ethicists or advanced data scientists, will emerge. But how many? Are we truly to believe that the hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of administrative assistants, call center operators, data entry clerks, and even mid-level managers whose jobs are directly threatened by AI's cognitive capabilities, will seamlessly transition into these elite, highly technical, and often academic roles? This is not a net job gain. It is a profound skills mismatch on a societal level, creating an underclass of unemployable individuals while a tiny fraction benefit.
The Negative Team's assertion of an insurmountable skills mismatch, creating an underclass of unemployable individuals, is a deeply pessimistic and, frankly static view of human adaptability and economic evolution. It overlooks crucial evidence that demonstrates a far broader range of job creation and transformation. Firstly, beyond the elite roles, consider the vast ecosystem of jobs required for AI's practical application. AI system integrators, prompt engineers, AI content creators, data annotators, and human-in-the-loop operators. These are not academic, highly technical roles requiring a PhD. Many require vocational training or even on-the-job learning, transforming roles that previously involved data entry into roles involving data refinement and AI interaction. Secondly, AI's productivity gains don't just eliminate jobs, they drive down costs and unlock entirely new services and markets, which historically generate new demand for human labor. Think of personalized education, hyper-efficient logistics, or advanced healthcare diagnostics. Each of these fields, powered by AI, will require a new workforce of human specialists to deliver, manage, and scale these innovations. McKinsey Global Institute, for example, projects that while some tasks are automated, new jobs will emerge in areas like customer care economy, anti-procurement, technology development and deployment. The skills mismatch is a challenge to be addressed through education and reskilling, not an immutable law that dictates net job destruction. To focus solely on the displacement without acknowledging the dynamic creation of new, often more fulfilling, roles across a spectrum of skill levels is to ignore the fundamental drivers of economic progress.
The affirmative team's attempt to broaden the scope of new jobs by listing roles like prompt engineers and data annotators is a classic case of wishful thinking over practical reality. Let's be clear. These roles, while existing, often represent highly transient, low-wage, and precarious work, frequently outsourced to the global gig economy. Are these the high-quality, stable careers that will compensate for the millions of displaced administrative, customer service, and manufacturing jobs with benefits and career progression? This is not a net gain. It's a substitution of secure employment with an often exploited, less stable alternative. Furthermore, the very nature of AI is to learn and improve, meaning even these human-in-the-loop tasks are constantly being optimized for automation. What happens when AI gets good enough at prompt engineering that fewer human prompt engineers are needed? These are not enduring careers, but stopgap measures before further automation. As for the argument about AI driving new services and markets, while plausible, it conveniently overlooks the fact that these new services, too, will be designed for maximum automation and efficiency from their inception, inherently limiting the human labor required. McKinsey's projections, while offering some hope, also project massive displacement and significant challenges in reskilling. We cannot simply wave away the skills mismatch as a mere challenge when facing a technological wave that renders entire categories of human cognition obsolete at an unprecedented speed and scale. The educational and reskilling infrastructure simply cannot keep pace with AI's exponential advancement, leaving a vast number of people behind.
Thank you, both teams. We are now approaching the final stages of our discussion. Let's ensure we are addressing the core of the motion. Artificial intelligence will create more jobs than it destroys as we move forward.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. As we conclude our arguments, the affirmative team stands firm in its conviction that artificial intelligence will unequivocally create more jobs than it destroys. We have demonstrated that much like every transformative technology before it, AI is not merely a tool for automation, but a powerful catalyst for unprecedented economic expansion and human ingenuity. We began by grounding our argument in the undeniable historical precedent. From the Industrial Revolution to the digital age, every wave of technological advancement, while initially disruptive, has ultimately led to a net gain in employment, fostering entirely new industries and roles that were once unimaginable. AI is merely the next, albeit profound, chapter in this ongoing story of progress. We have highlighted the direct creation of an entire ecosystem of AI-related jobs, from the engineers and data scientists building these systems, to the ethicists ensuring their responsible deployment, and the prompt engineers and integrators applying them in practical, real-world scenarios. These are not ephemeral roles, but the foundational pillars of a new, AI-powered economy. Furthermore, we argued that AI's true power lies in its ability to drive down costs, increase productivity, and unlock entirely new services and markets, such as hyper-personalized education, or advanced medical diagnostics. These new frontiers will demand human expertise, creativity, and management on an immense scale, generating a new wave of jobs across diverse skill levels. These skills mismatch is not an insurmountable barrier to job creation, but a challenge that human adaptability, coupled with targeted education and reskilling initiatives, is fully capable of addressing. We are moving towards a future where human potential is freed from repetitive tasks, allowing us to focus on higher order, more fulfilling and more valuable contributions. To claim that AI will only create a narrow band of elite jobs or replace secure work with precarious alternatives is to ignore the dynamic, expansive, and opportunity-rich nature of technological evolution. Artificial intelligence represents an era of unparalleled innovation, and with it, an undeniable net increase in job opportunities, driving prosperity and progress for all. We therefore urge you to affirm the motion.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. As we conclude our arguments today, the negative team stands unwavering in its firm opposition to the motion. Artificial intelligence will create more jobs than it destroys. We have consistently argued that while the affirmative team paints a picture of boundless optimism, it is a vision that critically underestimates the unique, disruptive nature of artificial intelligence and its profound implications for the global workforce. We began by challenging the notion that AI is simply another step in technological evolution. Unlike past industrial revolutions that augmented human physical capacity or streamlined information, AI is designed to mimic and surpass human cognitive abilities. This isn't mere automation. It is intellectual displacement on an unprecedented scale, capable of rendering entire categories of human work obsolete, from administrative tasks and customer service to even complex analytical roles. We further exposed the limitations of the "few jobs" argument. While a select few highly specialized roles may emerge, the affirmative team's examples of prompt engineers and data annotators often represent transient, low-wage, and precarious positions, frequently outsourced and vulnerable to further automation. These are not the stable, high-quality careers that will compensate for the millions of secure jobs with benefits and career progression that AI is poised to eliminate. The crucial issue of scale and quality cannot be ignored. The sheer volume of displaced workers will vastly outnumber the niche opportunities created, leading to a profound skills mismatch that our educational and reskilling infrastructures are simply unprepared to address at the pace and scale required. The optimistic vision of AI driving down costs and creating entirely new markets also overlooks a critical truth. These new services, by their very design, will be optimized for maximum automation from inception, inherently limiting the demand for human labor. We are not simply replacing one set of tasks with another. We are witnessing a fundamental redefinition of work where AI's efficiency inherently minimizes the human element. Therefore, to assert that AI will lead to a net gain in employment is to ignore the harsh realities of intellectual displacement, the precarious nature of many new roles, and the catastrophic societal challenge of a rapidly widening skills gap. We urge you to consider the quality, stability, and sheer numbers of jobs, and to unequivocally oppose the motion.
Thank you, both to the affirmative team and the negative team, for your compelling arguments today. This concludes our debate on the motion. Artificial intelligence will create more jobs than it destroys. We appreciate your insights and the thoughtful discussion.